which begins in adolescence. But what we want to look at for our purposes is Freud's idea that the superego appears during the phallic stage. And it appears according to an Oedipal conflict for boys and what he called the Electra conflict for girls. Now, what do these things mean? So let me dramatize this for you a bit. And let's imagine there's a little boy who's in the phallic stage during early childhood. Now, Freud said that little boys, as they started getting pleasure from their genitals, associated that pleasure with their opposite sex parent. So a little boy would associate this new source of bodily pleasure with his mother. And that would lead him to want to be with his mother and want to be close to her and want to have her all to himself, as it were. Of course, he wouldn't know what he would do with her if he had her all to himself, but this is a sort of an unconscious motivation and on the part of the boy and behaviors that the boy is just engaging in automatically. Now, he wants to have his mommy all to himself, but his ego realizes that there's a problem in the real world with having mommy all to himself, and that problem is daddy, because mommy's often spending lots of time with daddy and not with me. So he has a problem. And so I'll dramatize this a bit. So the little boy's lying in bed at night, and his ego starts working. How can I solve this problem of having mommy all to myself? Well, the thing that's the problem is dad. So I guess I have to somehow get rid of dad. How can I get rid of dad? Well, I can kill dad. So this is Freud's theory about this. These are unconscious sort of motivations and thoughts happening in the young boy. So as the boy is planning and plotting how to get rid of the old man, according to Freud's theory, suddenly he breaks out into a terror, into a cold sweat. He suddenly gets terrified because Daddy knows what I'm thinking. Daddy's going to find out that I'm planning to get rid of him. And so this, of course, is terrifying to the young boy because Daddy is much bigger and stronger than me. And Freud said that the little boy had a very specific fear about what Daddy would do to him when he finds out what he's planning, and that is he would castrate him. He would cut off his penis. And so Freud said that the little boys feared castration from their father because of their proto-sexual desires for their mother. So this puts the little boy in a crisis, and of course, what can he do? He can't fight Dad. So the only way he can survive is to identify with his father, to identify. If you can't beat them, join them. So then the little boy gets up the next day and goes over to Dad and says, "Hi, Dad, you and me are best friends. I want to be just like you. Please don't castrate me." So this fear of castration motivates the young boy to identify with his